Southgate will take England to Germany in 2024 for the Euros. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to another Floppylegss Football YouTube video. I'm here to talk about, of course, Southgate announcing by the FA that he's going to be continuing his England tenure till 2024. Thanks for coming on through. Make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate you coming on through. As you can tell, I've got a bit bunged up nose and I'm in my onesie. Like, I'm just chilling today, and I heard the news and I was like, let me slap down and sit down here before I go to see France versus Argentina, the final is today. I'm hopefully going to edit this and get it out just before then. If not, then you lot will know the result. And anyway, you'll know the Southgate stuff still matters. So I'm going to try and fly through this really quickly. Gareth Southgate is going to be continuing his managerial contract until the end date. That was actually in 2024. People were asking for his head. People were asking him to be gone. They've been doing that every single tournament since he's come in, because he's apparently a yes man and he's not good enough for the job. Even though this is clearly the best England period, second to winning the actual World Cup. Yeah, this is the best period other than just winning the trophy. So it's just an inch away from what we need to do. That's what I want to talk about today, because Southgate, even though he did everything that people wanted him to do, even though, we played great football and we had versatility in the formations and etc., people still want him to go. And it's really disheartening, and it's annoying, because does that mean all you have to do as a manager in football is win? If you don't win, then you're a failure? No, that isn't true. It's never been true. When he first came in 2000 and whatever it was, for the first tournament in 2018, we saw the instant change, the instant impact. They kept the press out. The players had a bit more camaraderie and they were having fun. The morale in the team has gone up, and then that has coincided directly to better performances and better finishes in the tournaments. How can you get onto Southgate from 2014 not getting out the groups, then 2018 getting the semi-final, from 2016 against Iceland not getting out of losing to Iceland, and then compared to 2021 getting into the final? How can you make that anger towards him? And we've clearly had shocking performances in the last tournament, and then the tournament that he had, we did well. People think, we've done better, but it's not because of Southgate. Then what is it because of? Because yes, we've got the players, yes, we've got a better team, we've got a great side right now, but we've had great sides in the past, and we've had good managers in Sven and Fabio Capello. Did that work out? No. Because it's international football. It's something completely different. It's not just about the tactical prowess of the manager. Because I'm not going to say that Southgate is the best manager in the world. No doubt, no way he is. Of course not. But it's something about international football. You need to, it's tournament football. You need to instill the luck, and you need to instill the morale and the camaraderie, because that's what gets you across, the games. And that's obviously not happened in this World Cup just gone. Very disappointing to lose in the quarterfinals, but we performed really, really well. And if you can't see that, then you have a biased agenda against Southgate that's never going to be shifted. That's how I see it. You have a biased agenda that's never going to be shifted. So you're always going to complain. You're always going to call for his head. Unless he wins a trophy, then you can't really say the biased agenda that you have. There's a lot of people that mention, oh, look who he's beaten in the World Cup. He's only beaten in 90 minutes. He's only beaten Sweden, Iran, the teams that we've beaten, and we haven't beaten anyone really in the top 10 in the world. That's so situational. It's so like, people bring up Belgium. We played Belgium in the group stages. We didn't play. We played our second team. We lose that game, so they add that onto their list of failure. We played them in the round of the third place playoff. No one cares about that. Use that against them. We took Croatia to extra time and we lost, unfortunately, but we didn't lose in 90 minutes. All right, cool. We lost to Italy. No, we didn't. We drew to Italy. We didn't lose to Italy. So if you're gonna, people don't take it as a 90-minute game, and people just want to moan, and you can't blame. All right, how can you blame? You know what? We're going to go to see some tweets. We're going to go through some tweets of some people that clearly have a proper agenda and anger towards Southgate, and they're going to be very upset that he's going to be here for another 2 years, aren't they? Straight off the bat, someone ahead of the curve tweeted this. Portugal losing the quarterfinals, national disgrace. You let us down. The coach is to go. Brazil losing the quarterfinals, legitimate death threats to the coach. England losing the quarterfinals. You've done us all proud. We were the best team in the tournament. Southgate should have the job for the Euros. Okay, let's actually go through this. Who did Portugal lose to in the quarterfinals? They lost to Morocco. Okay, who did Brazil lose into the quarterfinals to? They lost to Croatia. Who did England lose in the quarterfinals to? France. Now let's look into individual games. Brazil went to extra time. They couldn't do it in 90 minutes. Portugal lost 1-0 throughout the game. I didn't watch the game, but clearly they didn't do enough in the game to take Morocco on. England lose to France in the quarterfinals. And let's get into this right now. We've already mentioned this. It was a penalty that decided it. It was the referee's decision. It was if buts and maybes. We played really well. That's all you can do in a game. And then other than playing really well, it comes down to the things you can't control, and that is luck. On the day, wasn't our day. We move on. And that's what some people can't struggle to do. They really think we would have won that. You think we would have won that game if we had someone else? If we had Jose Mourinho or Pochettino or someone better than them, Arsene Wenger, I don't know. If we had any of those people, do you think we win that game? Do you really think we win that game? No, we don't play any better than what we did there, and we didn't have any luck. If you play that game 10 more times, we win it more than France do. They scored a 30-yard out of nowhere shot, and then they got one whipped-in ball that caught everyone off. Other than that, we had all of the ball, and Saka got disgustingly fouled. But I'm not going to go into that again because that was a long-ass video where I moaned. If you want to check that out, go check it out right now. So that's the first one. We break that one down. So that's the first person with a bit of an agenda. Then we go into someone that everyone will know, Mark Goldbridge. People back in Southgate is why England will never win anything. He's not an elite coach. No Premier League club would go near him. We've got a superb squad being coached by a politician. Nothing created from open play tonight. Mount on ahead of Rashford, time for a change. So let's go straight into that, say not an elite coach would never get a Premier League job. When has that been the criteria to be a good international tournament manager? When has it been a criteria that you have to be a Premier League proven or quality manager? That's never been a thing, and it never will be a thing. So get that out of your head, you absolute donkey. Let's go on to, we've got a superb squad. We do, coached by a politician. So we're going to call him a politician now and belittle his managerial capabilities because he likes to be outspoken on issues that we all should be involved in and trying to remove. I think that's one of the best things about Southgate. That's why I love him as my England manager, because he thinks and speaks how I think about issues that I think are wrong, and he's outspoken on it. He doesn't shy away and say this isn't my place. He says things, especially that affect some of the players in his camp, and people will say that's an issue, and that's why we haven't done well. Joke, man. Nothing created from open play tonight. Not true. We had many chances, but that's again about the game specifically, which I've already done a video about. And then he's doing about substitutions. If we brought on Rashford 5 minutes earlier, it wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. All right. Next one, the biggest Southgate hater of them all, who's obviously another footballing influencer and does videos and stuff. Absolute donkey, Rory Jennings. I'm saying donkey about this specific thing. If you can hear my dog, I do apologise. This is me talking about they're a donkey about the Southgate thing. They're a donkey about Southgate. There's an awful lot of kind and generous spin going on regarding Southgate. Weird. He got it wrong. Again. He was reasonable for the defeat. Again. He was beaten in the tournament by the first side he came up against capable of beating him. Again. Southgate clearly had tactics that prevented the best player in the tournament, potentially, Mbappe. He completely nullified him in that whole game. That was his tactics. That was his tactical decision. Saka got past Hernandez all night, got hacked down and fouled. He can't control that, but that was his tactics. Kane had a few chances for own goal. That was his tactics. How can you say he got it tactically wrong when it was literally just Kane for the first time in a long time? He's just skies a penalty. How can you blame Southgate for that? He got it wrong. He didn't get it wrong. He got it right. He can only do so much. When do we blame the players? When do we talk about the actual variables and factors that did actually affect the game as well, like the referee? Why do we just remove all of the variables and just hone it in on Southgate when he did get it correct? We did play well. We did create chances. We did have the ball. We've got somebody else who knows a lot about football, clearly. The true Geordie. The only thing coming home is the Harry Kane penalty. Very funny. Gareth Southgate always loses when he comes up against opposition of similar quality. In fact, we had better players and still lost. A likeable loser who'll get exposed in a league job. Once again, mentioned in the league. I can't put this out there enough. The next manager we get won't be a league manager, because in my opinion, every manager of their international side should be of that nation. So the next manager we get won't be Eddie Howe or Graham Potter, the two probably potentially best English managers. It'll be a Steven Gerrard who wasn't proven, as a Premier League manager. Premier League managerial ability isn't a factor. Get out of your head. And then we got this guy, Joey Barton. Can't believe Southgate hasn't resigned yet. That's 2 World Cups and a home European Championship we should have won. Stop rewarding failure. Got to go. Time to hire somebody who can win. So why do you think we should have won it or could have won it? Why do you think that's happened? Why do you think that's suddenly gone from us not being involved in any of the latter stages of the tournament and now we are? Why do you think that? It's not Southgate, is it? It can't be Southgate. It's not the manager. It's not the person that put out the team and, dictates what we do on the pitch. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. Oh, it's only him when we lose. It's only him when we lose. Do you understand how hypocritical that is? And look, maybe it's because I'm a Palace fan that I have a different perception of this. Rory Jennings is a Chelsea fan. Maybe that's the factor. Maybe that's why, he's seen a lot of success come to his team due to sacking managers. He actually called for Southgate's head after the USA game, where we went on from that to beat Wales, to beat Senegal, and put in a great performance against France. But now he's still going on with that mindset. So there are some tweets and opinions of people, but now, of course, Southgate maintains in the job. It's my last point on it, really. I'm a big Southgate advocate. I understand people's disgruntlement, and maybe you could argue the Euros final wasn't the best performance tactically, but you can't say that for the France game. You can't. Because that France game, we played the football that we needed to play. We did well. It was just the luck of a 30-yard screamer going in, of as I mentioned, the ball coming into the box and catching everyone off guard. You can't call out Southgate for that. That comes down to Kane missing the penalty and the referee. Those are the two main factors of that game not going the way we wanted it to go. Not Southgate. So if people mention him, it's because they've got the agenda. Just because we lose to France doesn't make it a Southgate issue if you take the context of the actual game. People moan that he always played a 5-back, played a 3-back, and he wasn't playing a 4-back, and we didn't get to utilise our attacking talents. He did that. He played a 4-back the whole tournament against France, against Senegal, against the teams that, we notoriously in the past saw him go back to a 5-back for defensive solidity. He played the 4-back. It worked. We stopped Mbappe. It was just a ball into the box and a 30-yard screamer. Yes, they had a few other chances, but Pickford dealt with it. People blame him for bringing Rashford on after Sterling. Those are little minute details that really don't matter. We had 10 minutes left of the game. He took off Saka for Sterling. Yes, Saka was having a great game, but Sterling can provide something, can do something as well. People just wanted to do anything. They wanted to jump on him for anything he did. People saying he didn't play Rashford. Rashford scored 3 goals in the tournament. How did he not play him? I did a video saying Rashford should play, but I can understand why he didn't. And if you can't, I don't understand. You have an agenda. And I'm looking forward to Southgate going to 2024 Euros. And if we don't win it, this is the thing. For me, I just want to believe that we can do something. And that's what Southgate's instilled into this team. And people will call me a loser. People will call me, you're not a true winner. Maybe it's because I'm a Palace fan, things like that. But at the end of the day, we go into tournaments now thinking we can do something. Yes, that's not all Southgate. That is the players and the crop of players that we have. But Southgate is important in that and a factor in that. You can't just exclude him from that and then only use his name when it goes wrong. And I would blame Southgate if we didn't play well, if it was an Iceland performance, if it was a 2014 group stage exit sort of vibe where we didn't play good football. We played good football. We scored the most goals in the tournament in the moment that we were there. We created chances in that game. Lloris made some good saves. We had multiple headers and cross corners that did scramble in the box that could have gone, if the luck was on our side, our way, but it didn't. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Southgate's going to go to 2024. Anyone who's upset with that, you got to deal with it, buddy. And if we don't win it, you can't name me another manager that would have won this World Cup for us, because it wasn't Southgate's fault. That's the thing that really annoys me is they say these names like Pochettino and Mourinho, or no, more so Pochettino and Tuchel. Let's get those managers in. And then when it doesn't work, what would you say then? Because that's what we did with Sven and then getting on Capello. It didn't work then. So why would we go for it? There's proof in the pudding. Good team, good managers, not working. Good team, homegrown, FA, through the rankings, manager, doing better. Literally, if a penalty goes in 2 of those tournaments, if penalties go in, we give Southgate plaudits. A penalty is the penalty shoot against the Italians is literally, and the penalty against France with Kane. Those moments are what we are gonna base our judgment on Southgate on. That's weird. That is weird. That's an agenda. The reason we didn't win the Euros wasn't because of Southgate. Southgate got us there. And, it was a moment that didn't work out for a few players and it didn't go our way. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video goes out today. I think it's going to end up being out on Monday. But the Southgate news is still valid. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you when I see you.